fireworks. So
Yeah, it's nothing like New Year's.
it was more at New Year's.
Oh, at New Year's, every casino on the strip sets on fireworks.
Oh,
A bunch of them over there. I'm trying to think what that is, because the South Point's straight down there.
Right, so if that's Silverado Ranch, could it be,
That's the M over there.
yeah, yeah, I was thinking of the...
But I don't know what, wow, that must be the Fiesta
oh,
over
look
there.
at that.
Yeah, the Fiesta's way out there.
Look, there's some going off way over there.
You're just here visiting?
No, my house in Highlands Ranch, Colorado sold. And I was supposed to buy a short sale in Arizona. And the short sale went into a divorce and a fight. And nobody wanted to pay the second mortgage. They had 2 mortgages out on their home. So boy, did I get myself into a mess. They wouldn't let me move in, and my house sold. And I wanted to get out of Highlands Ranch because I had a hailstorm ruin my property 2 in 4 years. 2 new roofs.
Right.
This last time, $38,000 damage.
Oh my goodness.
Broken windows. And not just me. For blocks around the weather, you're up so high.
I know.
It's terrible.
So now you're just here in the interim.
Well, no, they wouldn't let me in because they went into foreclosure in Arizona. I was moving there because my daughter, they wanted her over at Intel. They put up 3 new buildings, professional buildings. And they didn't want to interview her unless she was living there.
You know what we could have done? We could have went over to the budget and went on that back building and went up to the very top balcony and watched them from, you could see the whole valley from over there.
You sure could have.
Man, look at them all out through there. I tell you what would be cool would be up on the stratosphere right now watching them.
Well,
see
for
the whole
$30
valley.
getting in there.
$30.
Is that to get into the
But
garage?
but if you're a resident, it's like half.
I won't be. I just bought in Silverado Ranch.
You did?
Yeah, the realtor was really
What
pushing.
subdivision?
Not sure. It's
Huntington?
It's off of. It's up here, up Wigwam, off of Pebble. We had just the other day. 607.
See, we used to live out at Silverado Ranch.
Yeah, we had a house in Huntington. We built one out there in '98.
We built in 99 and then we sold in 06.
Why'd you sell?
We moved to Idaho.
Well, because when we built the house,
Where I was born. My family.
that's where we live.
Yeah, so we have
Well,
a new house
we built
up
this
there.
house here in '99 for 147.5 Del Webb House in Huntington, and it went to 408.
Good for you.
So
That's
we
the
sold.
time to sell.
I told her, I said, if this thing breaks 400,000, we're selling. She goes, it's my dream house. I said, screw that, you buy another dream house.
Yeah, for that amount, you could get another dream house.
Yes.
But Idaho.
But that was, and then when the
Idaho's
market
so
tanked,
beautiful.
and the
If
market
you've never
tanked,
been.
what was it, 2006 or 7, when the real estate market tanked, and this place turned into a ghost town. That house was losing value at $30,000 a month.
Oh my.
And it went down to 68,000.
Your house.
We should have
You sold
rebought
for
it.
400?
I know. We should have rebought it.
Yeah. I told her, I said, you know what? The government's got that house, it's vacant, and it's empty.
You
And
should have gone back.
and I told her, I said, they got a $68,000 price tag on it. I said, man, we got to buy it.
Well, I had spent $350,000, and it has a pool, and it's beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't have a
2,800
pool.
square feet.
Oh, it's a big house.
It's a corner.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Oh, man. You missing it. That was a cool one.
Yeah, we loved it when we lived here. Well, he still worked here, so we go back and forth, but
That's nice that you're able to.
it is. But our kids are grown, so we go back and forth. I work in Idaho and he works here, so we trade off. But when we first moved here, there was only 1.2 million, and now there's 2.2, so it's raised $1 million population. It is, so it's a little different than
I
when
think
we were here.
Silverado Ranch is the best location. I lived here with my family back in the early 90s.
Okay.
And we were up in Henderson off of Mesa Linda.
Oh, yeah.
And we got broken into our Capita, even though there were 10 gated
Oh, yeah.
homes.
Yeah.
They climbed the walls and got in.
Those big ones out there coming.
I'm trying to think of where that's at. That's got to be
That's the 515 out where. That's Boulder Highway.
that 50.
Is it?
That's Samstown, and yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Think it's that far out?
Because if
I
you
would've
think about
thought
it, if
it
you
would-
think
I
about it, if you
thought
get
it
on the
would've been
215,
more.
the 215 loops way out there,
Yeah.
and then it comes back. And so you're seeing the Fiesta and the Boulder Highway. That's all those.
So do you guys have family here? Did you come back?
No, just he and my son both work here. So when I come, I get to see my husband and my son. And then in Idaho, it's me and my daughter. And then my whole family lives in Idaho.
That's kind of like my odd workings. My husband has leukemia, and he likes the doctors in Chicago. We're his brother and sister, and where we're from.
Right.
And so he's there undergoing, a chemo. I haven't checked the hospital here. They have
They have some good hospitals here.
well, I don't know. They weren't real good when I lived here in the early 90s. The elderly were carrying signs outside of Rose Hospital. They killed my husband.
that's
St.
not good.
Rose?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they were not doing too well. If a doctor wasn't doing well somewhere, he moved to Vegas.
But I think they've turned it around since
Yeah.
then.
Have
'Cause
they? I'm glad to hear that.
I'm hearing some good stuff about it now.
Yeah, but
Well, there's a
Chicago
can-
actually has
There's a
great doctors.
cancer institute next to Rose Hospital, so I'm going to check it out for him.
Yeah, because a good friend of mine's had cancer. Well, he's got cancer, but it's in remission.
I looked up the house that I got, and the previous people bought it for just under 300,000. So he made, 50,000.
Yes. Craziness.
Yeah, what's funny is when the market tanked and Vegas turned into a ghost town, you could buy anything here you wanted for a song.
My daughter was begging me, Mom, buy me a condo. I will pay you back. Please, they are giving them
I know.
away.
They were.
We
They
have
were
thought
giving
about
away
it, too.
condos for whatever you could pay for them, brand new that people had never even moved into. I mean,
Back in 08.
this was, it wasn't 08. It was like,
It's probably
when
about
did I
3
come
years
down
ago.
here?
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Just 3 years ago.
But the market's skyrocketing right
Right,
now.
it's going up now. See, but when we moved to Silverado Ranch, that was the outskirts of town.
Oh yeah,
And
there was
then-
nothing out there.
when I was here in the 90s,
Yeah.
Blue Diamond, black.
Exactly.
Nothing over the
That's
bridge, nothing this
Yeah.
I
way.
know. We moved
There
in
was a little
99.
bar where people would ride their horses and tie up at the
Yeah.
bar back
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. My friend lived here in the late 80s, early 90s, and she had horses, and she said they'd ride out over here, Blue Diamond area all the time. Yeah, but now you can't.
Right up
So-
this,
Let's make it. She lived down here.
right up the street, they've got all the ranches with the horses. I would love to have been in there. My daughter / granddaughter would love to have had a horse
I
here.
bet. Yes.
But
Look
they're
at
just
all
too
the fireworks
costly
going
now.
off out there. I mean, the whole valley is just lit up. That's cool. Usually 4th of July, I'm in Idaho, so I
Talk about seeing anything down there, though. You can't see anything down there.
is it 9 o'clock yet?
Yeah.
Oh, the Strasser's already done. And we were going to go down and go up on the top of the Bellagio parking garage because some guys that work for me said, "Oh, that's a good place to watch it." But the problem is that if you've ever been on top of that parking garage, there's so many big structures around it that all you can see is just straight across the street.
Oh, that's
Wow,
not
look
nice.
out there.
is an okay spot.
There's
I was on the 215 today and on the 95, and we're going 65 miles an hour, and the traffic stopped.
Oh.
There was an accident.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it stops just like
It does.
I looked in my rearview mirror and I'm pumping the brake to warn people, and
Right.
I see behind me all the time.
They do. They freak out.
Oh,
I
this
know.
place is the worst.
Oh.
It's a pit for driving.
Oh, and not only that, but the insurance here is double Colorado.
Yeah. And see, my facility used to be a half a mile from Nellis Air Force Base. So every morning, my son and I would leave here and drive 22 miles all the way down the 15 to
that's
Craig
too
Road,
Far.
and it was just like NASCAR every morning. Just
Oh,
my gosh, it's
gee.
amazing we didn't get killed. And
Well,
then, now we
they
just
told me because
yeah, it's awesome.
they
Now we
said
moved right
because
over by
of
the
the
airport.
drivers, because of the drivers, I was paying $900 for a year. For my driving in Colorado. Here, 2,000. 2,000 a year.
That is crazy.
And I have a clean record. They don't care. They said there are so many drivers from everywhere, and nobody obeys the law, so that is what it costs. And I see accidents all the time.
That was part of the reason too we moved down to Idaho. Insurance went down, registration went down.
Easier living.
Oh yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at that, they're shooting them off.
I know.
Probably nicer people, too.
Yeah. Now we are starting to get a lot more people, but
Yeah, I've stepped out there, too, and I don't see a thing.
Oh, now I can. That must be the link. I just saw a big one go up right there on the right. That because I think it's time for the link to shoot theirs off. But see, they're not shooting them off very high, I don't think. But you understand too, it's 5 miles from here to Mandalay Bay, even though it looks like it's right there.
so this is fine with me. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, it looks like to me it's better out in the valley than it is over there.
Mia, do you remember the name of the street that we bought in?
No. If you ever get a hankering to move to Idaho, we're the land of 4 seasons. It's beautiful.
Well, see, I got an office in Chicago, and I was up there for a couple of years getting things set up. And
Why would you want an office?
that's the most god-awful place I've ever been in my life.
I know, I've been there since I was a kid.
And I'm thinking, so I was talking to one of the girls who was working at another company there, and I was asking her, I said, there's this big snowstorm coming in this weekend. And she goes, I just live in East Tennessee, so it's only like 12 miles from here. The interstate's like good one all the way. I always have to make sure when the snow's coming, that I've got coffee, gas, I got my blankets in the trunk.
That's right.
So it was 4 years ago when that 2 foot hit that February. Just thankfully, I was in Idaho when it hit. Then
What do
shut
you
the whole
do?
city down. Still slush.
Oh, really? This is a good place to sell them.
My company.
Yeah,
And so we serviced WMS in Chicago. Well, it's actually working. And so a guy I hired up there became one of my best friends. I asked him, I said, man, how do you live here? If you got freaking feet of snow in the wintertime, the spring and the fall, you got freaking nasty tornadoes that come through here.
that's right.
And I'm like, there's 8 million people in Chicago. I go,
When
he
it
goes,
rains, it's a bucket in every drop.
and
It's
every
horrible.
freaking highway up
The
there is
wind.
55-mile-an-hour speed limit. And now they passed that new law where if you're doing 20 over, which everybody always drives 80, 90 mile an hour up there.
That's
if
right.
you get caught for 20 over, it's an automatic $1,500. So,
Oh
and he
my
drives like a race car driver. So
You can't there.
I said, Brian, you got to come out to Idaho sometime and check it out. He goes, why?